All right, everyone. Um, Steve here at the TheDjLab. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me get the microphone over here a little better. Um, Doing a little side by side on the cameras. So let me tell you what's going on here with the camera setup. This is gonna be for the replay because there's nobody here live at the moment. Gotta turn this down. Hold on. So doing a little test. I was trying to do it earlier, and trying to set the cameras up to be about the same, but it's difficult because believe it or not, the Sony ZV-1F has an f-stop of 2.0. My new Sigma lens, and this is Canadian dollars. So this is about a 500, maybe $600 camera Canadian. The lens on my Sony A7 IV, which is 2,800. Well, I paid 20. I think it's like $3,000. It's a $3,000 body. The lens 1650. That lens only goes f-stop 2.8. The other one goes 2.0. I have my shutter speed is 160. Shutter speed on the Sony A7 IV is 160. F-stop 2.8. My ISO is 200 on both. One is like a 20 millimeter. I think it's like 20 millimeter. The other one's 24. Is it 20 or did they bump it up to 17? I can't remember now. Like, watch your eyes. Watch your eyes here, guys. Oh no. Be honest, I forget. I think it's around. It could be 18, 16, 18. And so obviously, so here's the other thing. We're running USB-C from both. Now I know on the Sony ZV-1, USB-C is not as good as HDMI. Not quite as nice looking. It's okay, but HDMI is better. This is just a straight comparison between the A7 IV ZV-1F, both running USB-C into the computers. And I'm not even sure why my ZV, why this one here is having a hard time tracking me. Because I'm kind of sitting, these cameras are side by side. I'm not doing the full thing. I'm kind of sitting a little side by side. So there, maybe I can get my tracking to work a little better on that one there. Neurosick. So on your screen, you're saying you prefer the left one. Yeah, I got the focus. Just because of the way I'm sitting here, it's kind of difficult because I'm actually sitting off to the side of the frame, so I had to readjust the camera. Um, so you still prefer the left one over the right one? Do you like this one better Or do you like this one better? Well, you see, when I do this in frame, it's funny because I'm actually like, it's weird how I have the camera set up. It's just, this was not the easy test. Let me show you something. Okay, see this camera right here? Which camera do you think this one is? Now just let me know. Is this the good camera? Is this the expensive one right here? So what do you think? And now I'm going to switch to the other camera. So you've seen this one here. You're saying this is the shit one, right? And which one do you think this is? Just kind of looking at my TV to see how it looks. So keep in mind, it's very overcast today. My window is open. The lighting isn't ideal here at all. It's not the most ideal lighting conditions. Yeah. I'm glad you said that, man, because I thought when I did this today, I was like, I fucking hope there's a difference. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you, when I first got the ZV-1 1F compared to my webcams, it looked pretty good. And once again, it's all about the lighting. So even though this thing says it can do f2.0 and everything on the ZV-1F, side by side, I gotta say, like considering it's a difference of 2.0 versus 2.8, and the picture's a little brighter, believe it or not, on that Sony. It's got a bit of a brighter look about it. So if I was to adjust the settings a little bit here, right now, like let me adjust my, okay, adjust. We're gonna take that to, so this is the frame rate on the ZV-1F I should be at is 125. Let's bump the ISO up. We're gonna take the ISO up to, take the ISO up to 1,000. And just see how it looks. So now on the A7, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Just watch out for that fucking commercial. So okay, now that on the Sony, I've so yeah, I bumped it up to right 800 ISO, 1 over 125 on the shutter, and of course we're at 2.8 on the new camera, 2.0 on the f-stop on the cheap camera, which I don't believe. I feel that that f2.0 has more to do with software. And like I said, considering, let me jump back and forth. So Sony camera, and then of course, here's the other part of this deal. It's this lens. So if I go in for the tight shot, and I'm right here, right? I do this on this one, and I try and go for a similar shot on the other. And you know, it's not horrible. It's not the worst look ever. You know, kind of, you know, when you got fucking shitty skin and stuff, it's not bad. My lights are doing a little bit of craziness back there when we start getting to these ranges of shit. So yeah, for lights, I really shouldn't be shooting. Yeah, it's funny, right? How you know how I got suckered in, man. I got fucking suckered in by all these YouTube guys that said the ZV-1F, it's the content creator vlogging, blah 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 blah. And when I first got it, you know, it looked okay. Now let me try something here, just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna see if I can put a LUT filter, the contrast on it, and make this look a little better. So there. Now I put this like medium high LUT filter on, and yeah, I hate it. It didn't really it didn't help the situation at all. And it just feels like, you know, it's not really keeping up that well. What's that LUT? And so yeah, now we have a bit more. We've got one with a LUT and the Sony doesn't. Now, what's weird on from this distance, when I'm looking over at my computer monitor, this one, the cheap Sony, actually looks better. It looks a little bit brighter. Something looks a little bit better. And once again, it's like if I had more light on me, this would make all the difference in the world, right? Open the curtains a little bit more, get a little bit more natural daylight in on me. And it's okay. And yeah, like in the stream, this obviously looks better. Definitely the better looking camera. And I guess the real question about all this is obviously a $500 camera against a $5,000 camera is a fucking jump. Do you really need a $5,000 camera for this shit? No. I'm pretty sure like my buddy has the Sony A5000, just old body, and he's got that Sigma 60mm lens on it. It's a f1.4 lens. I don't know about 60mm, how it changed the shape of things, to be honest, if you need that wide of a shot. But I do think if you take a cheap Sony camera and you put a good lens on it, it could make a difference. And even myself, I think probably what I might end up doing, because I'm going to have multiple lenses anyways, right? This Sony ZV-1F, it's small, it's cool, but I'm probably better off to honestly to sell this camera here because I still have my kit lens from the Alpha one, right? And go get myself a used, like, say, an A5000, an E10. But that could be my little secondary. Get an APC camera. I can put that other lens on and it would work. That's probably the best bet because even with the Sony camera, I'm going to get another lens. I'm going to probably, I got to go to a camera store. I want to try an 85mm prime on this thing here for portraits and street photography and see how that looks. It's a pretty wide goddamn view here. So like even 24 mil is pretty good. Kind of more than I need, to be honest. And I could probably, let's just try something here. Let me try adjusting. Let's go up here. This thing's got like incredible ISO range, man. So everyone out there thinks, oh, try and get such a low f-stop. So you want that blur. You might not want that blur. You might want to have everything sit in focus, you know what I mean? Yeah, clearly there's no contest between these cameras. Really no contest. So my advice to people, if you got to buy a camera to do live stream stuff, don't even bother with this little ZV-1F. And honestly, like, the only thing I saw the ZV-1F, you know, something I did see it do better is at nighttime compared to my Galaxy S24 Ultra, the video looked better, but it's got that rolling shutter. When you move the camera, you get that little wobble on things. It's kind of fucking annoying. Even my A7 IV has that too. Um, so even as a pocket camera to go take pictures and shit, 9 times out of 10, if I'm taking pictures with a little pocket cam, I'm just posted to social media. My phone did a better job. My other advice to everybody, spend a little bit of money. Everybody who takes a picture on your phone should have Adobe Lightroom. Go into Adobe Lightroom. You don't even have to be a genius. It will analyze your photo and it will give you user generated. There's a giant library of different presets. It takes nothing to figure this shit out. The AI will do the masking. The AI will figure out like where your eyes are, your beard, your fucking clothes, and you can tweak your photo. And the truth is, the top photographers out there, no photographer, no matter how fucking expensive their camera is ever going to take a picture and just post it. Everyone's going to edit their shit in Lightroom. So if you're using a phone and you're just taking a picture, you're posting it, you're already one step behind everybody else. Edit it, man. Everybody edits photos. It's not to edit it and try to make yourself look better and catfish people. It's to edit the fucking photo and make it look nicer looking overall. You know what I mean? Like make the colors pop, make things just look better. Take any old, and then you got filters trying to look vintage, trying to look like an old piece of shit phone too, right? So it's artistic style. I've never like I use Snapseed. Snapseed's free. You can do some tweaks in Snapseed, but Lightroom is next level shit for mobile. It's worth spending the money, honestly. Every picture I've done the last couple of days, even with my phone, I run it through Lightroom. I'm like, where the fuck? How come? What's wrong with me? How come I haven't been running fucking Lightroom? Just doesn't make sense. Should have been running Lightroom like fucking a million years ago. So the one thing I wish I had, and I bet you it must exist, is if there was a fucking a motor to put on the camera to have remote zoom. I wonder if that's a thing. Like I know it is for gimbals, but I don't think that'll work so good with a gimbal. I don't even know if anybody's watching. I haven't even looked. We got literally like I think just me and Neurosick right here. Yeah, everybody must be at work or nobody gives a fuck. I think that just nobody gives a fuck either. It's a shame. Just trying to get the word out to let people know like I spend my money so you don't have to. Don't waste your time on this little Sony camera. It's um it's not really a step up. Not really. You're probably better off just to use your phone and do a live stream or an iPad at that point. So shit, I think guys, I'm going to or neurosick because I think you're the only one in here right now. And now it's telling me the stream the audio streams bit rate is lower. What's this fucking thing telling me? Shit, I think yeah, I'm gonna roll, get some shit done, and I'll talk to you guys. Thanks for stopping by while I did my little test here.